He's confused about that.
James Gunn, if he wants to claim the Superman movie as the first movie and the beginning of the next DC universe,
yeah,
it makes no sense to bring in stuff, characters, and storylines from the Zack Snyder portion. When he did the same thing for Blue Beetle. He said, "Oh, Blue Beetle is going to be the first installment of the next DCU," and then when it flopped, he turned around.
I am a subscriber to Zoom 360 on the go.
Yay!
And I liked one of the videos.
Hey! Now get in the car. Sorry about that. I had to recharge the battery and download the footage that we had so far because the SD card was almost full. So we left off talking about how this Superman is the beginning of the DCU, so says James Gunn. Not Blue Velvet. I mean, not Blue Steel.
So
no, it's not Blue Steel.
James Gunn, the same person that claimed a different movie was going to be the first one.
Yeah, what was the name of it? Blue something. Blue Velvet?
Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah, Blue. I was close. Blue Beetle. But 915 says something else.
So James Gunn is what's the word for it? He backtracks on everything because the moment one of his movies flops, he'll turn around and try to move it towards the other one. When Blue Beetle was about to come out, he claimed that was going to be the first installment of the new DCU. It flopped majorly. It was terrible. I cannot tell you how terrible that movie was. And we are from El Paso, where the character is supposed to be from, not El Paso Street. There's something, I can go on entire videos talking about everything wrong with the Blue Beetle that this Gunn person made. Respect for Sean, his younger brother, but James, no. Well, it was supposed to be the first movie. It flopped, so he's like, oh wait, no, Superman is gonna be the first movie. What does that show you about James Gunn? He's finicky. He's not willing to commit to something. So now he's jumping onto Superman, and Superman is failing. So what is that gonna do for us? He's probably just gonna jump ship again. I mean, how is it gonna be the first movie or the first installment or the first story of a new universe, yet you're keeping characters, storylines, and aspects from the old universe? Start from scratch. There's absolutely no reason for you to have Peacemaker in there unless you're going to reset his entire thing.
Yeah, so you were saying that James Gunn is finicky.
Oh, he's finicky. He's going to jump ship the moment something fails on him. I mean, why claim that this movie is going to be the first installment, the first story of the new DC, when he claimed that with the previous movie and now he's changing it? And then on the last one, as terrible as it was, could have been a good start because it didn't keep any aspects of the older movies. Whereas this one, you're bringing in Peacemaker. It's like, come on, if you're going to start from scratch, start from scratch. You're mixing everything else in from Zack Snyder into this one. Peacemaker, Shazam, Argus and Amanda Waller's team, where they're creating that team with Shazam and Peacemaker and so on. It's like all that was from Zack Snyder. So why say, oh, we're starting from scratch, and then bring in stuff from the movies? It makes no sense.
See, this right there, this exchange that we just had should tell you how much of a mess, plot-wise, story-wise, that the new Superman was. Because there was no such arguments taking place when Man of Steel came out. It was a simple story, and it was a beginning story. There wasn't a whole lot happening. It was a Superman movie. That's another thing. This movie didn't feel like a Superman movie. It's like a superhero movie, and Superman was in it. That's kind of like what I've gotten from it. Next, the war scene. The war scene came out of nowhere. You know, where you had tanks on one side, and then you have soldiers, and you have a bunch of people with like sticks and stones and like machetes. And when the soldiers actually like start to attack them, it's like, it just looks so fake. Like that war scene came out of nowhere. I have no idea what's going on with that. It was just once more something added to this movie that I'm like, it's like it's a soup of a whole bunch of stuff. What do you think about the war scene?
It was a mess, but story-wise, it made sense the way they were doing it, because they explain it. It was like, oh, in the beginning there was an invasion and it was stopped by Superman, and now that Superman is out of the picture, there's like the invasion continues. It does kind of show like what humanity will be doing in real life. Like if a country is stopped and all of a sudden that force that is stopping them disappears, that country's going to reinvade. I mean, we can see that anywhere. If America stops backing South Korea, North Korea and Russia will invade South Korea. Likewise, if Russia were to stop backing North Korea and North Korea fell apart, South Korea and America will invade North Korea. It's human nature. This is the way it is. So it kind of made sense for that part.
With that being said, I want to say, Hollywood movie directors, stop injecting politics into our movies. We come to watch your products to get away from the politics and the social issues. We don't want to come here and have it to be exposed to it, because we kind of saw what you guys were doing there. It's like a Ukraine and Russia situation, a little bit of like Israel and like Palestine situation. And then and Superman is not an immigrant, and I see what you're doing there. You kind of bring the whole like problem with the immigration issues and into the dude. Stop it. When you do that, you are distancing people that would come see your movie. I don't understand why you guys keep doing that. And also, Superman is not an immigrant. At best, he's a refugee. It's not like he chose to come here or like submitted a visa application. His world was about to be destroyed. His parents sent him over here. That makes him more of a refugee than an immigrant. And
refugees don't have forged papers.
And also, wait on that. Also, Superman is not a human. I don't understand why that he's trying to be. He's Kryptonian. Deal with it. What was that about refugees don't have fake papers like illegal immigrants don't?
Exactly. Refugees don't have forged papers. Superman has forged papers. He is therefore an illegal alien. And actually, exactly an illegal alien, because he has forged documents, did not come here with permission. Sure, he crash landed, didn't mean to, but if anything, he's closer to a DACA than anything, because he was brought here without his consent as a baby. But he has forged documents created by his parents, so yeah, he's an illegal alien. However, I saw a lot of the people commenting, and even you made the comment that the movie had a lot of like the immigration stuff in it. They only referenced it like twice or three times. They didn't really go too much into that. So all these complaints about people saying that this movie had an agenda about immigration, it's like, not really. It was just mentioned because it's part of his story, but it didn't really delve too deep into that, and it didn't really politicize that. The political stuff was closer to what you just said, the whole Ukraine thing with the invasions and stuff. But I didn't think they really politicized the immigration status too much.
All right, Batman made a good point about the refugee. Okay, yes, I think I was wrong that that like refugees don't have fake documents. But as you can see, you still see that even 915 Batman realizes that the immigration issue was still hinted at, because he's an illegal immigration, which is an issue that we're kind of trying to tackle in this country right now. So again, Hollywood, stop doing that. When you do that to your movies, you bring this crap in there, it turns people off. But you guys keep doing it. I don't know why.
I know why.
Why?
I know why. I definitely know why.
Why?
And that's because people who are watching these movies are ignoring the fact that comic books started off politically. Everything about comic books is political. Everything. The X-Men and mutant rights, that is civil rights. Superman, immigration. Everything in every single comic book has always been about some sort of civil rights towards some group and has always been political. That was the point of comic books. It was a way to show, you know, like the different aspects of people, how they lived, and the different restrictions and hardships they had over time. It's not going away anytime soon. So Hollywood, keep doing your thing because that is from the comics. If people don't like it, they're not the real fans. They're not real fans. They don't understand the whole situation behind it. Comic books have always been political. You can't take that away.
And he's right. I'm well aware of that. I'm just saying in 2025, I'm pissed off and turned off by it. Deal with it. Look, monkeys, man. I heard about that. I thought it was a rumor, right? That Lex Luthor had these monkeys that are hashtagging super shit online. I thought it was BS, man, until I saw this. I couldn't believe it. And Crypto was, you know, running around with the monkeys, and they're trying to grab Crypto, and Crypto starts to levitate. It was oh my goodness. I hated it. I don't like it. It's dumb. It's goofy. It's GUNN. What are you giggling at, man?
I thought the monkey part was funny. It's pretty much like a parallel. They're out there rage posting and, you know, typing stuff away. I guess, yeah, rage post would be the best thing. They're being trolls, the monkeys. And it's in comparison to people on the internet today that they do the same exact thing. It's just, those monkeys are people in real life. Like, that's all it is. It's all the haters and all the rage posters and people that'll just hate on anything just for any reason. They're the monkeys. And I thought that was funny.
Okay, there are two. I can't believe how that this conversation. You know what? This video should be called A Conversation About the New Superman. I think that's what I'm gonna call it. Now look, there's two characters that we forgot to talk about: Ultraman and the Engineer. Now the Engineer, I have no idea. I have no idea about her. I've never encountered her before. I was newly exposed to her. I don't care about her. She was one more character that was in this movie that was just too doggone much. Now, as far as Ultraman, I think that Ultraman would have been better in this movie as Bizarro, because he's the Bizarro, really. It's just that he's not. But to me, I think that they missed an opportunity to premiere Bizarro in this movie instead of Ultraman. But yeah, that's my only thought on Ultraman. Here we go.
Alright, so Ultraman. I don't know much about The Engineer. That was the first time I've ever seen The Engineer. For a while, when we started watching the movie, I thought she was, what's her name, the secretary, Macy? Macy? Is that the secretary's name?
I don't remember.
But Lex Luthor's secretary, the one that's always like driving him around.
Oh,
he's also like an assassin.
It's not Lacey. It's Percy.
Percy?
I think it's Percy.
Okay. Well, at first I thought it was her, but then the whole nano thing where she can transform her body into anything, that was kind of weird. Never really seen that. That's something I've only seen in the Brainiac stuff. So, but Ultraman, I mean, that was not Ultraman. I agree with you. That was probably a Bizarro. I mean, because
he should have been Bizarro.
Yeah, because Bizarro
it would have been better as a Bizarro.
Right, Bizarro was a clone, right?
Yeah, a clone Superman that went bad, but it was a clone.
Ultraman was never a clone. Ultraman was
not bad, but he's just slow and retarded.
And Ultraman was from their universe. Yeah, or a different universe or whatever, from the multiverse. So it doesn't make sense to give him that title. And I mean, yeah, they dumbed him down. That's basically Bizarro. Though there were a couple of scenes when they're fighting and the hair is moving around and they're going fast. For a second, it almost looked like Henry Cavill. So there was just for like a second where I was like, wait a minute, but no. Yeah.
Could it be that you miss Henry Cavill as Superman that much? And inside of your head?
I mean, in a way, because Henry Cavill is like one of us, right? He's a geek. He's a computer. He's a gamer, game nerd, computer nerd. You know, he's one of us, right? And like wasn't the story goes that he almost misses his chance of being Superman because he was busy playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Like he's one of us, and he became Superman, and now you have this guy. And so it's kind of I miss Cavill. I was a big fan of the Snyderverse, but like I said earlier, like I give everything a chance. I give this one a chance. I won't give it a 10 out of 10, maybe like a 6.5 out of 10, but it wasn't terrible. There's a lot of critique, yes, but it wasn't extremely terrible. It wasn't unwatchable.
Theme song. The score, there is no score to this movie except the one song which is a part of the 1978 theme. Okay, I think it was like dun, 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 but it stops there. It's not the complete theme. It's more like they sampled it and then they remixed it. And then James Gunn did something that works for the Guardians of the Galaxy. It just doesn't work for Superman. He uses pop music as background music, like during fights and stuff like that. It doesn't work for Superman. Superman needs his own theme. That's what I loved about the Man of Steel, because the score was amazing, and that was Superman's music, and we don't get that. Yeah, the score for this movie, in my opinion, sucked. But this guy is not gonna agree.
No, I agree. The score sucked.
Oh wow, it's amazing.
There's one thing I didn't agree with, but I'll get into that right now. So, the score sucked. The song was overplayed, and in times and scenes where it wasn't necessary, which kind of coincided with something I was going to talk about later, which is basically during a movie, it randomly zooms in into the Superman logo like 3 or 4 or 5 times constantly, and like randomly. It's like, we get it. It's Superman. You don't have to keep zooming into the logo and then zooming out. Like, it's not an Instagram reel. It's just a movie. If they would have changed the song for the one where she's in the bubble and Mr. Terrific's fighting, that song didn't match. So yeah, I agree with that. It didn't match. But what I was thinking of when watching that scene is like they could have played "Time in a Bottle," because it kind of makes sense. Like she's in a little bubble, so it's like a little bottle. It was like in the background, everything's happening. That would have been funny. I'm sorry, that would have been funny. That's the best way I can do it.
That's enough. That is enough commenting for you on this subject. That's enough. My final thoughts on Superman. If I had a scale from 1 to 10, I would give it a 4. Superman does not beat Man of Steel, because my barometer for this movie has to be Man of Steel, because that's where we're coming from. There's too much happening. Too much happening in this movie. It's not a linear Superman movie. It's more like a superhero movie, and Superman is in it. I don't like the fact that he's not stoic. I don't like the fact that he's not respected. Like, you know, when he walks into the room, you don't get the sense, hey, he shuts the room down because he is who he is. You don't get that with that. I don't like what they had Supergirl do and say to Superman. I really was irritated by that. Now, if you want to see it, go see it. If that's your cup of tea, that's fine. I think it's a 4 out of 10 for me. Yeah, like the CGI, there were times where it was good, but there were times where it's like, it was rough. There's a lot of things I had questions about. Not enough scenes with Lois and Clark or Lois and Superman. It seems to be like, you know, we're just shoved into probably what should have been a second to maybe a third film from a series of films, and we got just jam-packed into one, and I'm like, ugh. Like, you know, Doja Cat, like, ugh. But I never thought in a million years that I would go see a Superman movie and I was not excited to go see it. I gave it a shot, okay, especially when this guy bought the tickets. I'm like, hey, let's go and check it out. And your boy even bought the shirt. Where I watched it in the shirt. So 2XL, the last one from Walmart. So that's where I'm at with it. Do with this what you will. I thought that to make this like an interactive discussion instead of like the other guys who are just doing reviews, like just talking to you. So let me turn it over to 915 Batman. Final thoughts. Go.
Final thoughts. I guess before I completely give my final grading score, I want to say like you should go watch it. It's be liberal, be open-minded about it. Just go watch it.
He said liberal, y'all. Go ahead.
Not politically liberal. I'm talking about like be open-minded about the movie. Tell you where I'm coming from. Like I'm a big Batman fan. I love Batman.
I'm not sure, man, because you got a Green Lantern ring. I'm not sure. But go ahead.
When it comes to Superman, I've never really been a big fan of it. Even as a kid, I mean, I would watch it with my grandparents. I never really been a big fan of it. I've never given a Superman movie a high rating. Even Batman movies, I've never given anything a 10. Okay. Man of Steel, I gave that one about a 5. This one, as bad as some of the things that we've talked about are, I would say maybe about a 6. A little bit over Man of Steel. Only because I really didn't like the way Man of Steel started off. But I gave this one about a 6. A liberal 6, very loose 6. I would say go watch it, make up your own mind, don't listen to what other people say. That being said, even like the Robert Pattinson Batman, I gave it like a 7.5. And Batman vs Superman, which ended up becoming one of my favorite ones, I gave that one like a 4.5. So.
He seems to think that you're completely out of your mind.
No, I agree with him. Although a very liberal 6 for this reason. Just from commercials, I don't know.
So yeah.
But your sister thinks that you're out of your mind.
I'm a Superman fan.
All right, man. So we just had a discussion that's probably out to an hour about the new Superman movie. So this is all we got, man. So if you want to go see it, you go see it. That is your business. Me personally, I hope that we discontinue the DCU right now. I don't like the direction it's going. That's why if what it takes is this movie flopping, I'm fine with it, because I don't want more. I do not want more of this.
What? Should I discontinue it? Yeah, I think they should just restart the entire DCU from scratch. I think they should. They should just restart from scratch. Don't take elements from another universe and put it into this one. Start from scratch. Do not add anything from the Zack Snyder stuff. Completely from scratch. This movie would have been even better without the Peacemaker stuff. Like, because then it doesn't connect to anything back there. It would have been new, fresh. It's not fresh. I don't think it's fresh.
On that note, this is Room 360 inviting you to get up, get out, and do it. Like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you on the road.
You want to go back inside where we're sitting?
Wait a minute, man. There's another thing. We are here at the Comic-Con in Odessa. There's one more thing that we forgot. We have our cars here. We have his car. This is the Bat Camaro. We got my car. We have Sailor Moon. You know, Sailor Moon. And we also have the Wonder Woman. All right, well, let's go. Yeah, let's go and talk about one more thing inside. Okay, there's one more thing that I completely forgot about. Superman's parent, that secret plot about him starting a harem with spreading his super seed all over the planet. There's gotta be the dumbest, most cringy, most perverted thing. Superman is not a pimp, okay? He's not a pimp. He's not a porn star, okay? He is here. He was sent here for him to live here. Okay? As a matter of fact, his parents didn't want him to meddle into human history. It's just his thing, his shtick about helping people came from his earthly parents. It was influenced at best by his earthly parents. His parents didn't send him to save the world and other stuff like that. And this new twist, because that is what it is. It's a new twist. This is not Superman. Talk about for him to conquer the human beings by reproducing with them. It is completely ridiculous, cringy, and James Gunn, that says a lot about you. But this guy is gonna say something crazy.
No.
Watch this.
Okay. I agree with the whole thing where that was wild. Like, that's not something that I've ever even read in the comics or seen in any depiction of Superman. I mean, the bad guys are always trying to twist it that way, right? But it's never actually happened. So I don't know if he's told you much about me, but my background is linguistics. I study linguistics. I have my degrees in linguistics. They try to say that all the linguist experts like translated it and it was accurate and so on. The problem with that was translation, right? So in order to completely get an accurate translation from an unknown language, you need at least some sort of guide to know what one word means versus another. That we can determine specific words like determiners and so on, right? Prepositions. I know they hacked into his computer, but there was no evidence of them having any actual like English or Kryptonian translation words. So unless they did, and I mean, maybe it's Zod or something, right? Something wild that they're gonna come up with. I don't think they even had an accurate translation for that message. I honestly don't think so, because they destroyed the robots, right? The robots were the ones that were translating for Clark and learn English. If they destroyed the robots, how do they have the information? I don't see that. Linguistically, I don't see it unless there's some evidence to support it. That's my take on it.
What about the whole harem thing? Isn't it ridiculous?
Oh, the harem, yeah. Oh my God, that was awesome.
That's sick and twisted, ain't it?
It's like, again, it goes back to the whole politics, right? Like when you start mudslinging, that's all it is. Like it's turning around and trying to paint Superman as some evil, perverted thing, and it's like even I know it's not that. Like, come on. As much as I'm more of a Batman fan than I'm Superman, I mean, there's no way you can paint Superman that way. But yeah.
See? So now it's really over. I mean, now. Bye. And I'm out.